Yo, what is going on guys, XpertFusion here, and today I'm going to bring you guys a video talking about some of the recent Black Ops Cold War zombie leaks. Now, as you guys know, if you're new to this channel, you might not already know what this channel is all about. This is not a news channel. I'm not ever going to be that type of a channel. It's more of an opinionated channel. So when there's leaked information, I'm not going to make a video just covering every single bit of the leaked information and then just calling it a day. No, I will go through, talk about what I want to talk about, and give my thoughts and opinions on it. It's all about my opinions, really. Now, if you don't give a shit about my opinions, you probably shouldn't be watching this video, but maybe you want to know the information as well. And if you do want to know the information, there will be a link in the description of this article coming from Modern Warzone. And as I said before, the information here is pretty reliable. I'm not going to go over everything, as I said, but just the stuff that I feel like would be most interesting to talk about, because there's some stuff here which sounds amazing, some stuff here that sounds not so good. If you don't want any spoilers for this game, and there's no really story spoilers at all here, it's mainly just gameplay related things, but I know a lot of people like to go into the game completely fresh. You might not want to watch this video and you might not want to click that link, because these are going to spoil some gameplay related elements to the game that maybe you'd want to figure out for yourself when you first jump in the game. Nothing like Easter egg related at all, but just general sort of things about the gameplay, how it's going to work, which I think is good to know before launch. It kind of lets our expectations be set a little bit better. There's a lot of new systems that seem to be, being introduced in this game, a lot of different things, and I feel like this is going to scare a lot of players away. I already see people saying this is going to be trash just because of these leaks. I think people are overreacting because we don't know how these things are going to work. These gameplay related changes could be good. It just depends on how it works in the game. But like I said, there's some things that I'm worried about as well. So let's get to it. First things first, let's talk about this new zombies upgrade system, which is called Runes. So what's kind of interesting about Runes is that it seems to be, they say it's the biggest innovation coming to Black Ops Cold War Zombies, and it's essentially an upgrade system that is not tied to a specific match. It's actually tied to the entire game. Like, it's a thing you do in the menu. So it's not like you go into a match and you always start at level 1 and then you have to level yourself up. No, you level these up like in complete, so like if you have it happen in one game, you'll always get that every game going forward, which is good and bad. Let me explain why. So it's good because it takes away that kind of repetitive nature of zombies, of having to level up your stuff every single game, and you die, it resets everything and you're starting from scratch, right? It kind of removes that because that can get kind of repetitive for some players. But the problem with it, though, is that that's kind of one of the core foundations of zombies, is starting from scratch and leveling yourself up within one single match. So when you take that away, which it's not taking that away completely, because it's not like every single little thing has a system. You still have to get guns, upgrade them and such with the Pack-a-Punch. You still can upgrade stuff within game, craft stuff, whatever. But stuff has these tiers, which they call, levels. They got level 1, level 2, level 3. And you upgrade them. But my worry here, I think my biggest worry here, is what happens when you upgrade everything. Is it going to get kind of boring because you've already done everything in the game, and now it's like, well, what else do I do? But you also have to remember there's DLC. I'm sure they're going to add more stuff. Maybe they'll add more levels, maybe more tiers, whatever. We can see that happen for sure. But why I don't think this is going to be that big of an issue is because there's actually 72 total upgrades when you take everything into account, because at every single perk, ammo mod, which ammo mod are the AATs, the alternate ammo types, which were like the Pack-a-Punch abilities we've seen in previous games. Those are back as well. You can upgrade those. You can upgrade your field upgrades, your weapon class, which I guess each class has the 3 different upgrades. So you do assault rifles, LMGs, SMGs, snipers, etc. You don't do it per gun, you do it per weapon class. And I guess it would give you different abilities going forward, I guess. I don't have to wait and see how that works. And which I think is pretty damn exciting. Apparently it was 5 previously, but they decided to change it to 3 just to make it, I guess, a little bit simpler, but they could definitely add in even more than that. And as an example, they gave stamina up, and they said stamina up level 1, movement impairing effects reduced by 50%. So I guess there's a level before you get to level 1, which is just a regular stamina up. It just works how it always does. But when you get to level 1, you get movement impairing effects reduced by 50%. Level 2, no fall damage. Level 3, can run while aiming down sights. So this is pretty interesting. I don't know exactly how this works in terms of longevity. Like, is it just going to be every single game you automatically start with level 3 once you unlock that level 3 upgrade, and now every game going forward stamina will always be level 3? I'm okay with that if that's how it works, but I think it has to be not too tedious, but it has to be something that'll take a little bit of time. I don't want it to be impossible for casual players, but I also don't want myself to earn it within like the first 2 weeks of the game and be like, oh, there you go, I'm done with getting all the upgrades for everything. And it seems like how you get it is using this thing called Ethereum, which seems to be some sort of a new currency earned by playing the game. And this is exactly how you upgrade items. And it says it costs 1 Ethereum for the first tier of upgrades, 2 for the second, 3 for the third, which makes 432 Ethereum required to max out all upgrades. Now, we do not know how you earn Ethereum. Apparently, there's 2 types of Ethereum called raw Ethereum and flawless Ethereum. I don't know the difference. I got a feeling that one of the types of Ethereum is for that stuff, and I feel like the other type of Ethereum might be in relation to some sort of a microtransaction. And they do say something about microtransactions here, which was kind of interesting. And we'll get into that actually right now, where they say that there actually isn't a Gobblegum or Elixir system in this game as far as we know. There's just the battle pass, and that's it. And they do say this Ethereum stuff might have some sort of a microtransaction system assigned to it. I think it'd be really cool if we could use Ethereum, which seems to be something you earn in game. If we could use that to buy stuff in the shop, that would be fantastic, because I've been asking for some sort of a currency system included in Modern Warfare so we could earn stuff in the shop other than only being able to purchase it with COD points. Having another system on top of that would be just amazing. It's something that you earn in-game. That would be great. I'm not going to hold my breath on that, but I am actually glad we don't have Gobblegums or Elixirs, because I do think Gobblegums and Elixirs were kind of annoying, how you can just pop Perkaholics to start off a match. I didn't really like that. I know it's optional, I know it's not something you have to do, but it still kind of just bothered me, especially with how overpowered a lot of them were, and a lot of them took away from possible perks that you could have had in the game. This opens up a lot of opportunities for some great perks to be added within the life cycle, but we'll have to wait and see on what they do with that. Now on to probably the most controversial thing from this leaks, and that is the armor system. So apparently they're taking the Warzone mechanic of the armor system. They're taking a lot of Warzone mechanics and putting it into zombies, which I gotta say, I don't know how I feel about that. It's not that the mechanics themselves sound bad, like they won't work. It just goes to show that like they're really trying too hard to make the whole game feel like Warzone in many different aspects, which I like Warzone, I love Warzone, but I want the modes to feel very different. And I don't like how these recent CODs have been really trying to make all the modes feel the same. Well, the recent CODs, actually really just Modern Warfare, they really hit it home that like we want these modes to all feel very connected. Something I loved about like past Call of Duties and zombies in general is that it was so separate from everything else. Like Black Ops 4, I really like how separate Blackout, multiplayer, and zombies are from one another. They're very different. They have their own set of camos, they have their own set of progression systems. I actually really like that. It makes the modes feel different. I feel like I'm playing a different game as I go from mode to mode. But now they're kind of just making everything mismatched, which makes it so it's not as unique when you play each individual mode. So that's my only problem with them including like an armor system. They have like the weapon rarities, they have all sorts of stuff from Warzone coming practically into zombies. But the armor system itself doesn't really sound terrible. So it says players can have 3 armor plates at once, just like Warzone. Armor can be upgraded 3 times at armor stations around the map. And it says that Juggernaut has a theoretical 10 hits from a zombie with fully upgraded Juggernaut and armor. So essentially, if you have Juggernaut and you have fully upgraded armor, it says you will theoretically get 10 hits from zombies, which everyone's freaking out like, oh, that's overpowered. This is just on paper. I'm sure in gameplay it'll make more sense and it won't be overpowered. And if it is overpowered, I'm sure the zombies will get a lot, more difficult to kind of make up for that, or upgrading your armor 3 times like that maybe won't be that simple. I don't know. I'm not going to complain about this until we see it, because I don't think they'd allow something that overpowered into zombies, which I don't know why people complain so much about overpowered things. Like, yeah, I don't want the game mode to be easy, but at the same time, it is zombies. We've had how many overpowered things throughout zombies history? I don't see people complaining about the ice staff on Origins, or the Apothecary Servant, or the Thunder Gun, and no one complains about those, but they're overpowered, you know what I mean? So I think it just depends on how they do it, depends on how they make it work. As long as it's not too easy to get, maybe I think it'd be a little more balanced, but to me, this is not a terrible thing. Now we go to the other information that they give us about Cold War zombies, and a lot of this information just, to me, sounds weird. It's not that big of a deal, not nearly as bad as people are saying. These first 3 things aren't too bad, though. They actually sound pretty interesting. So zombies will drop random loot whilst playing and being killed. These drops range from armor plates to grenades to kill streaks, such as the chopper gunner. That's cool. It's just like Infinite Warfare, how the zombies had stuff that they dropped, and they dropped like ammo and such. I think that's a good little system. I like that. There is a jetpack in the game, which this sounds awesome. I'm actually really excited to see how that works. I'm really excited to see how you build it and how it plays in the game. I assume maybe it'll just give you like the Black Ops 3 jetpack mechanic where you just boost jump, or it's actually going to be like a full-on jetpack where you just hold it down and you just hover up in the air. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be kind of fun though, so I'm excited to see how that works. There is a buildable bench at the bottom area where the machine is. Currently unsure of what it's used for, so I guess we got a buildable bench. We have a lot of buildable benches, I'm assuming, on the map to build stuff like... They haven't said anything about the shield, so I don't know how the shield's going to work in this game if there even will be a shield. Now, these next three things are something a lot of people are freaking out about, causing massive, like, uproar over, and I think it's really not that big of a deal. There is a mini-map, there is a compass, zombies have health bars, and also show damage numbers when players shoot them. They do say these could be scrapped. We don't know 100% if this will be in the full game, but the reason why I don't think this is a big deal is because you will 100% be able to turn it off. 100%. Look at multiplayer. You can turn off health bars already. In multiplayer, I'm sure they'd let you do the same in zombies. Now, you might be wondering what the hell's the point of health bars or damage points on zombies. I actually think that sounds insanely useful when it comes to high rounders, like if you're on a really high round. Knowing how close that zombie is to dying can be really useful. How many times have you been shooting a pistol at a zombie trying to see how long it's going to take to kill it, and you have no idea when that bitch is going to die? Having health bars could actually be pretty useful, and I think that could actually make for interesting gameplay loop. Now, I would probably turn them off just because honestly it just would kind of look too not too arcadey, because zombies is already very arcadey. I don't think complaining that it's too arcadey is really a decent complaint. Almost just too much in your face at once, you know what I mean? I think that's something people had a problem with in BO4 was the HUD was really cluttered, so it was too much in your face. Now, if we have a mini-map and a compass and all this stuff, which I don't really see the point of a mini-map, I don't really know why it would be there, but I'm sure it will be able to be toggled off. I don't think they'd add that in just for fun, and I'm sure it'll have some sort of a use to it, like maybe for Easter egg steps, it'll show where certain things are. I don't know. Again, I really think this is them trying to appease to the Warzone community, and like I said, I don't like that. I don't like that they're doing that, but that doesn't mean it's going to ruin the mode. That doesn't mean it's going to be absolutely shit just because they're trying to do some stuff to appease to the Warzone casuals who only buy Warzone because they want people to buy the full game and they want them to enjoy the full game, and they know they're more likely to enjoy the full game if it's as much like Warzone as humanly possible because Warzone was insanely successful. So although Warzone was a great thing that happened at Call of Duty, I also think it was a little bit of a bad thing in other aspects because they're doing a lot of things because of Warzone, for sure. There's a lot of things that I'm sure would not have been happening with Call of Duty if it wasn't for Warzone. I don't even know if this COD would have been nearly the same as it is right now. Like, I think there's a lot that would have been different if Warzone didn't happen, or if Warzone just didn't get as successful as it did. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think about these leaks in the comment section below. I'm interested to see your guys' thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.